Hey guys, it's the Cubist MTG here. We're finishing up our grid draft. So we have our two decks here. The one that I drafted with Blightsteel Colossus, Emrakul, Soul Ring, Goblin Wielder. So it's a splash of red with a blue-black. Really good lands in this deck. Mystic Confluence, which is sweet. A Wasteland, Tolarian Academy, Baleful Strix, and a Glen. Pretty powerful deck. And then we have the blue-white control, Recruiter of the Guard, Mana Drain, Cryptic Command, Path to Exile, Monastery Mentor, Bribery. Just a pretty standard control deck. We are going to play a game here just to test the decks. Be forewarned that my play skills aren't up to par like they should be. Might get a couple of rules wrong or something like that, but hey, that's Magic the Gathering. If you've been playing, you've been making play mistakes too, so no worries there. We'll test them out with one game and see how it goes, and then we'll talk a little bit about strategies and what I liked about them. So one thing I will say, the difference between these decks is pretty heavily is the one that I drafted has better lands, which I feel is a pretty big advantage, especially when you're going 2 or 3 colors in grid drafting. Prioritize lands, because the lands in here are on color. We have an Underground Sea, we have fetches that fetch that Underground Sea, where the other control deck really doesn't have the lands that I think it needs to be successful. But you know, we're gonna let my deck go first here. 6, 7. Take a look at the hand here. Dimir Signet, On Color Signet, Azorius Signet, Diabolic Edict, Watery Grave, Lion's Eye, Compulsive, and Collective Brutality. This is a great hand. All we really need is one land, and we'll be all set to go. So I think we're gonna keep this one, and they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they have Memory Lapse, Ancestral Recall, Lyra, Factor Fiction, Treasure Cruise, and Consecrated Sphinx. I think we're going to keep this just because a turn 1 Ancestral Recall, which is the fairest card ever, instant speed, 1 mana, draw 3 cards. It's too good to pass up. So we're going to play like that. All right, here we go. We're going to start it off here. We're going to throw in a Watery Grave tapped. We're not going to play the land, and then we'll pass the turn. All right, we're going to draw here. We got a Terminus. Not too hot there, but we're going to play an island. They know our decks. You see your people draft, so you know that we have Spell Pierce and things like that, so you got to play carefully over here on my side. So we're going to go here. Tolarian Academy, perfect land. We're going to throw out a Lion's Eye Diamond, and they say that's fine. We're going to tap Tolarian Academy for 1 and Watery Grave for 2, and we're going to throw out the Azorius Signet, just in case they want to counter. We want to make sure that we play our on-color one where we think we have a little safer bet. But they say that's fine. End of turn, they are going to Ancestral Recall themselves. 1, 2, 3 cards off the top. Gisela, Swamp, Island, they're all set to go on their turn. And then I'll pass turn over to Urza. So Urza untaps, draws a card, plays a Swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We got to discard 2 cards here, which is fine. We want to power up our Treasure Cruise anyway, so they know our deck a little bit. They know we don't have too many crazy creatures. They're going to do Terminus, and they're going to get rid of probably Factor Fiction. Yeah. I think Treasure Cruise is just better in that thing, so we can lose Factor Fiction, and it's fine. And then they'll pass the turn over to us. All right, we draw a Charter Course. We're going to tap 2 for Tolarian Academy and throw out Dimir Signet. They're going to think about it here. They do have the Memory Lapse, so you know, they can gain a turn if they counter that, but they're okay. They said, yep, that's fine. We're going to throw a Watery Grave out, go into the Signet, and then go into the other Signet to try and play Compulsive Research. Usually you don't want to counter the draw spells. From Urza's standpoint, you want to counter whatever big we're playing. So he's going to let that resolve. So we're going to draw 3 cards and hopefully discard a land card. Or, I mean, we could just get rid of 2 cards. I think we'll get rid of the land. I think we're okay. We did draw our Emrakul Big Bomb. We're okay there. And so we will pass the turn, and they're all set there. So they're going to just untap, draw. Flooded Strand. This is their on-color dual searcher, but not good enough still. Still a little behind. So we have 3 in the discard pile for the Delve for that, so we're not quite there yet. We could do Monastery Mentor, or we could get ready for Memory Lapse. You know, we can look over at their side of the board. They have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. They're probably getting pretty close. I think we'll take this opportunity, though, to do the Flooded Strand for a white. Just go there. And then we are going to play the Monastery Mentor. I think it's important to get that out on this turn because I feel like we know that they're going to go off soon. But they will pass the turn to us, and we're okay. So we'll draw a card. Another Signet here, which is great. Yeah, we'll just play the Signet. We'll tap the Watery Grave into Azorius Signet to drop down the Boros Signet. They're tapped out, so we should probably go as hard as we can. We will tap this for 4 mana, and we'll Chart a Course. Draw 2 cards, and then we will discard a card. We'll discard the Goblin Welder. I don't think really that's going to come into play just yet. So we'll get rid of that. And we still have 2 floating. So we're going to make Dimir Signet for 3 floating, and we're going to play Diabolic Edict on him. So he has to get rid of the Mentor. We still have 1 mana floating, but we're all set there. And we're going to pass the turn. So they're going to untap there and draw. They got the Plains. They're going to slap down Gisela, which is flying, first strike, and lifelink. And if we control Bruna, we can flip them, but we don't have that. So we are all set, and we'll pass the turn over. Go here. Draw. Swamp. It's a 4/3, so we would have to discard 2 cards to make Collective Brutality work. I don't think we're going to do that. I don't think we're willing to go that heavy into it, but we're going to throw down Baleful Strix. Another artifact for us, but it also can tag out Gisela. Well, it can, actually. She's got first strike. I still think that's okay for us. I think we're all set there, and we'll pass the turn. Draw. Bribery. Oh, my God, what a draw. I think that's going to be this right here. All right, we're going to play Bribery. Boom, Bribery. So we search target opponent's library for a creature card, put that into play under your control, and then we shuffle. So we're going to search through here. We got a couple choices. We got Blightsteel in there, Solemn. That's a joke comparatively. Or Glenn. I think we're just going to go Blightsteel. We're going to steal the Blightsteel. Bribery is a broken card, man. It is a very, very good card, and that's exactly why we see that. So, boom. We are going to attack with the Gisela. They're not going to block. So they're gonna take 4, and we're gonna go up to 23. All set there. I think we're good to go. So we'll go over here, and we got to hope for something good. Miscalculation, not quite what we want to do. So this will give us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not quite enough to cast Emrakul. Blightsteel is a problem. Sucks. Yeah, I don't really know what we're going to do here. So we're just going to pass the turn and hope for the best. Alright, so if we can find a way to remove Baleful Strix, we just straight win the game this turn. Okay, so cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to delve those away. 7 and 8. We're going to Treasure Cruise. We're going to draw 3 cards, and we're going to hope we get a Path, or no, we did not get Path. So we have 3 mana. We tapped our lands very poorly. But that's okay. I think we're just going to attack in with Gisela. We're going to go up to 27, and they're going to go down to 12. It's not looking good for the deck I drafted. I mean, this is very... Whoever gets their power card first, I think, is going to win. We got Glenn. We are so nervous right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I guess we got Emrakul. Oh, I guess it's a little cheaper than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it costs 4 less, so we got to pay 9. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna Emrakul. When he comes into play, control target player control target player during that next turn. After that, they take an extra turn. Flying, trample, protection from instant. So we're gonna take control of their turn for them, and then this is where we get to have a little fun. What do we got here? This is nice. All right, so we are going to attack with both Blightsteel and Gisela. Gisela is going to get blocked by Emrakul, Baleful Strix into Blightsteel Colossus to kill it. They do gain 4 life, but Gisela is taken care of. We then are going to play nothing. Yeah, we're just going to miss their land drop for them, and then that'll be it. But then they get to take their actual turn and see what we got to do. Gideon would have been great. We have 6 here. Ooh, excuse me. I guess I probably could have mana drained. Oh, we tapped our land very poorly, I think was the thing. Oh, we're pretty much done here. They're going to hit us for 13. We have not much we can really do. 6. I mean, I guess we could Consecrated Sphinx and hope for the best. I think that's the play here. All right, we are done. Dude, Emrakul is nuts. Never played with